cup, guys. You know us, lots of shenanigans here. We just gotta keep you on your toes. Maybe that was intentional to cause some excitement. We were trying to break the internet. But okay, so next, guys, we are going to work on one of our new wine tumblers. Again, these guys are super awesome. They no longer slide into place. They twist on so that they are leak-proof, spill-proof. They've got the really cool little blockers on the lid as well so that the liquids won't come out. So your perfect wine tumbler for all of your water and wine needs. But yeah, these are really awesome. We're going to go ahead and finish making the cup that we made this little cup topper for. So because I have this beautiful white primed background, I'm going to go ahead and just use a little bit of sandpaper just to make sure it sticks into place. Now I have done some without sanding it, and I will tell you that I've noticed that they stick pretty similarly. But for best practice, you do want to sand your cup a little bit because it just gives the resin a little bit of roughness to adhere to. So we're going to go ahead and give it a gentle sanding, then we're going to wipe off the debris, and we'll get going. Yeah, for anybody who missed it, we are working on some cups. We did some cup toppers in the last live. So in this live, we'll actually be finishing the cups. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and just wipe off all the debris. Make sure that we got all of that sanding off of it. Excellent. And I'm going to go ahead and place that on my turner. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and angle my turner to where that is pretty level. Awesome. Great. Okay. Next thing we're going to do, guys, we're going to mix up some epoxy. So I'm going to go ahead and just get my little station ready so that I have a catch for everything. And let's switch to this top camera. Beautiful. Okay, I'm going to slide this turner out of the way for just a moment. And we're going to mix up our epoxy first, okay? So if you guys didn't get to see it last time, you'll get to see it now. I'm going to put on some gloves. Again, PPE is very important. That is personal protective equipment. Always use your gloves. Try to use a respirator when you're using resin. We absolutely recommend it. You also want to be in a nice open environment when you're mixing your resin. What's really cool about our resin is it's actually fast set. So this stuff is going to be dry to the touch within 2 to 4 hours. So that way you can keep doing all of your layers in one day and then completely cured within 24 hours. So super awesome resin to work with. I'm a big fan. Now we're going to do about the same thing, guys. We don't really need a whole lot of epoxy, so we'll do the same 10 and 10 mils. So I'm going to go ahead and pour my first part. Again, when you guys are pouring this, it's very important to do accurate measurements. The epoxy is 1:1 ratio by volume, not by weight. So you want to make sure you're pouring to your measurement lines. Make sure you guys ask questions if you have them. Yes, Jesse or Danny.
So Karen said those are cool to add clay tentacles and make 3D Ursula cups.
Yeah, that'd be super cool.
And then Cruz joins.
Welcome, Cruz.
Karina said hi as well.
Hello, Karina.
Roshi joined, said hello.
Awesome. Thank you guys all for showing up. For anyone who has just joined us recently, we are working on some cups with epoxy right now. We just coated one a little bit ago. It's actually a purple tumbler that we used. We used, I want to say, our Lavender Lust to coat it because it was a perfect color match. So it came out really nicely. Didn't need a base coat. It's beautiful. Now we're working with one of our new white wine tumblers, and we're going to mix up some epoxy. So I poured 10 and 10 milliliters into this. Again, basically the fluid ounces is how many milliliters you want to use. So this is a 12 fluid ounce cup, so you want to use at least that many milliliters. We're using 20 just to make sure we have plenty. Now, when I mix this epoxy, guys, you want to make sure you're mixing it thoroughly and not vigorously. Let me go and set my little timer. Hey Siri, set a timer for 3 minutes. We're going to go ahead and stir it for 3 minutes. This is going to make sure that the epoxy is nice and well mixed. We want to make sure you're scraping the sides really well. Make sure you're getting the bottom. You don't want to stir it super fast. The faster you stir, the more micro bubbles you'll create. So just nice and thoroughly. You will see it start to get kind of cloudy as parts A and B mix together. Totally normal. That's just the epoxy doing its thing. Once your 3 minutes is close to being up, you will start to see it getting clearer again. That is just letting you know that it is mixed together and ready to go. So pretty awesome how you kind of see all that happen in the resin. Let us know if you guys have questions. We are happy to answer them for you. Once we get this epoxy on, we're going to do a couple of different things. The first thing we're going to want to do is we're going to apply some alcohol inks, and then I'm actually going to sprinkle glitter on the bottom of the cup so that it looks like it is in sand and water. So we're going to have a lot of fun stuff going on in this cup to match this little lid that we made for it earlier, which again looks super cool, right, guys? Awesome. Yes, Jesse.
Karen said she's noticed, or sorry, sorry, that was Karen. I have noticed that this epoxy likes high temperatures. It works perfectly for me when my room is 80 degrees.
Awesome. Yeah, and the Fahrenheit, definitely warmer is better. It just, the humidity is the biggest factor. So just make sure it's not super humid when you're mixing your epoxy, but that's a great tip. Awesome. And I will let you guys know, in case you're curious, the guys have been using the TruFlat to write as dry erase boards pretty much this whole live. So they work really well. But yeah, definitely a fun new product that just came out, guys. Great for like sublimating really realistic images. So for all those cool puzzles that you guys have seen online that the influencers are doing right now, you can make a super neat like photorealistic puzzle and have a really nice memory to take home. But yeah, super awesome. Any other questions?
Not yet. Cruz said that's so beautiful.
Awesome. Thank you, Cruz.
Rochi said it's a gorgeous lid, so sparkly and beach vibes.
Excellent, excellent. Glad you guys think so.
And then Kelly's Craft Room said, tuning in from work again.
Welcome. Nobody tell on Kelly, please. She is here out of the goodness of her heart, just trying to learn some crafts while she works.
What do you work at, Kelly?
Don't tell him. So, is that a test? No. And this is just about mixed, guys. We got about 20 seconds left. Once this is mixed, I'll go ahead and start applying it onto my tumbler, and then we'll go from there. We're going to add the alcohol inks first, and then we'll add some glitter to the bottom of it. And if anyone's done this before, let me know if you guys do it the opposite way. But I figured with the coloring from the alcohol inks, you want to do the glitter second so that it is on top. But let me know. Yes, Jesse?
Okay, so Dawn said she wonders if I could mix sand with the UV resin and put it on the lid.
Absolutely, you could. I want to say that the video that we saw, they used a little bit of sand, if not all sand, and Twilight Beach glitter. So definitely you could do it with sand.
All right, a couple things. Chris said, where do we send our response on UV lights?
You'll send those to our private messages on Instagram or TikTok. I will be checking those. I will not check them today. I will come in a little early, and you will get a response by 10 a.m. tomorrow, Arizona time.
Kelly said she works at MakerFlo.
Good one, Kelly. That's awesome.
Jeanette asked, can you show the flat thingy again?
The flat thingy again?
I'm assuming the lamp?
Maybe.
Yeah, in a bit. And then Ashley said, is Jesse a snitch now?
See, Ashley, that's what I was saying. Well, don't tell Jesse.
And
nothing.
Raina said hi. That's not true. I've never been a snitch, so stop it.
Can you be a little more? Can you clarify that, the flat thing?
Yeah, the flat thing. What's the flat thing?
Or the.
Also, is that Lulu Creations, Raina?
Yeah.
Awesome. Good to see you. Thanks for jumping in.
And Topicut's here as well somewhere, it looks like. But
Hey, good to see you, Rosanna. Thanks for joining.
I don't see her, but someone said, oh, there she is.
Ahí está, Rosana.
Someone else caught her jumping in.
Wow, that's how you know you're a crafting celebrity.
Yeah, she didn't even comment or anything.
She's on just here, guys.
Okay, so you want the TruFlat, I think is what I saw, right?
Oh yeah, show them the TruFlat. Right?
Yeah.
So.
Here, show them this one.
Show them Jesse's whiteboard.
Okay. Let's go to this one real quick, because this one.
Yeah, it's
Alright. So, this is the TruFlat right here. I don't know if they can hear me. Can you guys hear me okay? No, let me check that. Okay, so this is the TruFlat, that's fine. This is the new version of the TruFlat White 2.0. It's still sublimatable. The difference between this one, it is a lot glossier. I wish the lights would give it a little justice, but I don't think it can. But this is a new version. It's still sublimatable. What's good about this, it was easy already to clean. It's easier now. It's really, really smooth. Again, it's still, you can engrave on it, you can cut it, you can sublimate on it. It's supposed to be, we tried it, it's vibrant, especially with the white color and color images. It's very, very vibrant. As Sam said, we have been using it as a whiteboard. She's not lying.
And we cut out a picture.
And we cut out a picture. Okay? And as you can see, this is wrong. Can I see the thing? Yeah. So, as you can see, it erases. And I think I messed it up. Yeah, see? Look at the difference between your finger and the actual cleaner that you're supposed to clean it with. It's a lot better. So it's easier to clean, and it works. So again, it's a 2.0 version that is up right now on the site for you to purchase. I believe it's the old version. We still have a little bit of it, and it is 50% off. So you can grab either one of them.
Get them both. Take the Pepsi challenge.
Alright, so a couple more things.
Yes.
Our friend Vigo said, hey.
Hey, Jen.
Cruz said, I love how TruFlat sublimates.
Isn't that great?
Jess said, I just submitted my entry for the lamp.
Yes.
Jeanette
Yes,
said,
yes.
cool, I need to get that.
Yes. Awesome. Yeah, no, we're glad you guys are enjoying this stuff here. We really love to kind of give you the sneak peeks, the behind the scenes, get you guys excited as we are about all the new stuff coming out. So definitely always reach out to us. You guys have ideas, you're curious about things coming up. We're happy to put those little whispers in the right ears. So thank you so much for that, guys. But yeah, so while they were all kind of showing you the new stuff, I was just coating this. So I'm just making sure it's nice and evenly coated. That way when I started putting my alcohol inks in here, it'll spread over the whole cup and be nice and evenly covered. So this is feeling really good. A good way to tell if you have enough epoxy on your tumbler is your finger should be able to glide across. Same thing with the pens, you should be able to glide. If you're getting stuck anywhere, that means you need a little bit more epoxy. But yeah, this feels really good. I like the coverage. The bottom's covered too. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna take one glove off and we're gonna go ahead and add some alcohol inks to this.
Real quick,
Sure.
I just want to say, for everyone that's on TikTok, I think it's Bae who sent those flowers and the chili peppers. Thank you so much for sending those over. We appreciate that. We apologize that we didn't recognize it, but we are now. It's hard to go from screen to screen, and you don't really see it when it's on the phone, a lot easier. But since it's the desktop, it's a little different for us and a little different for me that I don't see it. But thank you for the roses and the chili peppers, and anyone else who has sent stuff. Thank you. We appreciate the gifts and the hearts. Thank you everyone over at TikTok.
If they were real, we would put them on the wall, I promise.
And then Vaughn said, front view is showing up better than top view. Top view is blurry. Yeah, that's something we're working on. I think we're gonna need a new lens, honestly.
All right, you heard it, guys.
That one's a work in progress.
New lens. Go ahead and write that note. We'll let them know.
Noted.
That's what we need.
Sam's gonna ask for it.
That's fine, I'll ask. I'm not afraid to ask. Alright guys, so I'm working on basically the top half of the cup right now. I want to create kind of like a watery scene. So I'm going to start with my blue color first. I'm just dropping a few drops at a time and kind of letting it spread to see how it looks. So let's go ahead and just give it a minute to kind of become what it wants to be. Spread a little bit of color throughout the cup, and then we'll add our next color. What do you guys think so far? Super easy to start applying color to something like this. What I really like is kind of watching it move as the tumbler is turning. Once we start adding the white in too, we'll use our heat gun again and we'll create basically like little cells, which is how you get that wave effect. So we'll do a little bit more. I think I want to throw maybe some green in at this point toward the edge here, like where the water would be deeper, and then we'll go ahead and get some lighter blues in here too. Yes, Jesse?
Vigo said that would be cool to sub a calendar and keep in your craft room to track orders.
Yeah.
Or to-do list.
That would be super smart.
But everyone's honestly basically just saying they love it and they want to try it.
Good. Okay, cool. Yeah, the TruFlat's really cool, guys. Definitely highly recommend that. But yeah, check it out if you can. I got a lot of new stuff coming your guys' way, and it's just going to keep getting better from here. So make sure you guys are reaching out with your feedback of what you like, you don't like, what you need more of. Yes, Jesse?
Kelly's got us. She said, I work there. I approved a new lens.
That's right. Kelly said she's got us. Thank you, Kelly. We appreciate that. We will let Mark and John know that our friend Kelly has approved this, and we'll get it.
Kelly, we'll be waiting for it in the mail.
All right, cool. So I've got a little bit of green and blue in here. I'm going to go ahead and do my metallic blue as well. I had somebody, actually Vigo was asking about how these alcohol inks look. So I really wanted to throw them on a tumbler today. So that's kind of what's happening right now is I'm just mixing some colors on here so you guys can get an idea of how it looks. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more blue. Yes, Jesse?
Jen actually said she's been loving the inks lately.
Awesome, awesome.
And then Jeanette asked if we can do a live with the TruFlat.
Yeah, we've done some before. We can definitely do another one. I wanted to give Danny a little bit of a break because he has been working on something huge that's coming out soon, guys. I don't know if you guys like to see us at trade shows, but we're going to have some really cool stuff coming up at the Laser Craft Fest soon. So make sure you guys are staying tuned for more info on that. But yeah, we've been working on a lot of stuff behind the scenes, and hopefully you guys are going to love what comes out next. I am really enjoying the way these colors are mixing together. The only thing you really have to keep in mind when you're doing the alcohol inks is you have about a 15-minute work time with your resin. So as long as you don't go over that, you're fine. I want to say we still have about 10 minutes from when I started pouring it. So I'm going to go ahead and just mix a little bit more. This is fully covered now with color in the areas I want it to. The rest of this will be sand. So I'm going to drop just a little bit of white in here to start getting that wave that I was talking about. So let's go ahead and do just a little bit of deep white. I find that the deep white is the best for making those kind of cells, but it's really up to you if you want to use this or one of the pearlescent ones.
Yes. Jen actually just asked, do we need whiting to make it pop and swirl?
Exactly. Yep.
And then Ashley said the Laser Craft Festival was great.
Awesome. Yeah, have you been, Ashley? I think you were telling me about doing something for it. Let us know more about that. I'm going to use the heat gun, guys, just for a second to kind of create those cells. So if it gets a little loud, I am so sorry. We're just going to go ahead and see how it starts to blow the colors around. We're going to kind of use that to spread out the white and make almost like a wave effect. Now, you can control the way that this is moving by getting closer or further away. So you really just kind of want to watch the colors and how they're incorporating into the cup. What do we think so far, guys? Looking pretty cool?
Yeah,
Yes, Jesse.
Everyone's loving it. Raina said how beautiful.
Awesome.
Don said it looks amazing. And
Awesome.
then Kelly said, and only use a heat gun, do not use a torch to heat it.
Yeah, with the alcohol ink, because it's such a high alcohol content, it is flammable. So definitely do not use your torch for this one. This one you do want to use a heat gun. That's a great call out.
And then Ashley said, yeah, I was a part of the first one, and for this one I'm doing a business video. Top 5 beginner projects to jumpstart your business.
Awesome.
Oh, so she's been, so are you recording?
I knew it.
Is that what you're
I
doing?
knew that sounded familiar to me.
Okay. All right. We're in the same boat.
All right, I really like how this looks, guys. I think I want to pour just a little bit more of maybe the darker blue toward the bottom here, just to kind of give it a little bit more color. And then I'm going to go ahead and start applying my sand and see where that takes us. All right. But pretty neat, right, guys? Who has used alcohol inks? Who is about to now? Let me know if we change anybody's mind on this or just kind of reinforce how cool it is. All right, so now I'm going to use my glitter, and I'm going to go ahead and just glitter the bottom of the cup so that it really looks like a beach. Okay, here we go.
Aubrey said she loves it and it's perfect.
Awesome, thank you.
Vigo said the swirls are perfect.
Aren't they? And you guys saw how easy that was, right?
She's
Like
translating without translating.
Those are easy, man. And that's the only thing I comment on TikTok is me encanta.
So take a look at that, guys. I'm already getting very beachy vibes to this. This is looking super cool. I think that the colors are matching up really nice. You got kind of like a watery look to it and then a beach look at the bottom. Yes, Jesse?
Alright, so a few things.
Yes.
Vigo asked, is the green the color shift one?
So the green is the metallic. Great question. I really like the way our metallics look, so I use a lot of those, but I'm using the metallic green, and I'm using the metallic blue as my lighter blue. For the darker blue, I'm using a Genetian, and then I'm using the deep white to make the waves. So great questions, guys.
And then Kaylee said she's used them on acrylic ornaments.
Awesome.
Chris said she loves those colors. Do we sell them?
We do. Yeah, we sell these on the site. If you go to our alcohol inks, you'll be able to see all these guys, but super cool product from Marabou. We really like these guys.
And then Ryan said my list is getting bigger.
Awesome. Glad to hear it, Ryan. But yeah, guys, I don't know about you, but I think that this was the right decision of the colors first and then the sand. This is looking really nice. The only thing I need to do is get the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and just get the edges, and then I'm going to tilt it a little bit to get the very bottom. Okay. Now, if you guys wanted to keep your glitter for later, you can also keep a glitter catch underneath and just pour it right back into your cup. So you don't have to waste the glitter as much as I am. Just kind of keep that in mind. Let's go ahead and just move this up a little bit, and we'll get the bottom real quick. Awesome. And I'm
What's
just
the
trying to be
brand of ink,
mindful.
Sam?
Huh?
What's the brand of alcohol ink?
Marabou.
Marabou.
Mm-hmm. All right, that looks like it's covered pretty well. Let's go ahead and slide it back down. Perfect. All right, it's looking pretty good to me. I'm gonna sprinkle just a tiny bit more glitter just over the edges just to make sure we got all of it. But yeah, it's looking really good. I love this watery effect. And I mean, it doesn't have to stop here. Once this part is cured, the next thing you can do is you want to seal in your glitter. I like to seal it with epoxy, but you can also use like a glitter sealer. And then once you're done with that, you could even apply a UV DTF to it. So you could personalize it with someone's name. You could put a fun little beach animal in here, whatever you want it to do. Yes, Jesse?
Do we have pastel glitters in our inventory?
There's a few pastel glitters. I want to say that they're not labeled that way. But like cotton candy is very pastel looking to me. The Blue My Mind, like the UV line, is very pastel. But yeah, just look through the colors. It is sortable by color. So you can kind of look that way. But yeah, I'm super happy with how this came out. I think it matches with the cup topper very well. So what do we think, guys? Is this a success? Got a fun little cup topper to go with the cup. Everything looks great together. And yeah, that was basically it. So let us know if you have questions. Let us know if you need us to remind you on anything we went over today. How you can potentially get that UV lamp earlier than everybody else. And yes, Jesse?
Do you keep spinning it until it cures?
So you want to spin it for at least a couple of hours. Basically, while the resin has the potential to keep moving, you want to keep consistent motion with your turner, and that just makes sure that it cures evenly. So if we didn't have it turning like this, the epoxy would just be kind of dripping off of it. So it'd be like, it'd have little like bumps here and there. It wouldn't be smooth. So great question, but yeah, definitely keep the turner on while it's curing, so for at least that first 2 hours. Yes, Jesse?
Everyone's saying they love it. It's very cute and beautiful. Dawn said huge success. Chris said it's gorgeous.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Vigo, we're going to do the lamp announcement again in a second. And then Ashley asked, how does it not glue itself to the turner?
So I was pretty careful, and I didn't really get it on the edges here. You can also use a razor and just kind of detach it that way, too, if it's too close. But I haven't had that issue yet, so hopefully we won't. You can also use masking tape as well. We just kind of went through this a little fast, so we're just showing you the alcohol ink technique with the beach look, but you can always use masking tape on the inside as well. That's a great pointer.